will call to order this meeting of the East Hampton Planning Board for Tuesday, July 19th, 2016. Is there anybody here to speak to anything that is not on the agenda?
Is that me?
Not yet.
All right.
Good enthusiasm.
Okay, moving along to minutes, which we do not yet have.
I'm sorry. Christine sent the last ones. I don't think I've reviewed them yet to edit them, and so I'll have those the next meeting.
Sounds good.
We don't have a minutes taker, is that what's going on?
Yes,
She left last
Christine, right, so the last meeting that we had, she was gonna have one more meeting, but because we didn't have the following meeting, so that was her last meeting. So we are actively looking for somebody to take minutes. There's a job description on the city's website for anybody who might want to take minutes. So recruit your friends.
All right, A&R.
A&R, so this is, you already reviewed this and signed this at the last meeting we had. There was an error on the plans in regards to the property owner's name. So the lines haven't changed, nothing's changed. The only thing that changed was that it was the wrong brother's name that was put on the plan, and so that needed to be amended and fixed.
All right, so there's no changes to any of the boundaries or anything like that,
No changes to anything except for the name.
All right.
And it's an A&R, so we would normally endorse it, but in this case, what do we re-endorse it with the modified name?
You would
We're
just
just
endorse.
endorsing this one. Yeah.
Motion to endorse with the changed name.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Do you need me to
Abstentions?
state the property address and be a little more specific, or can you? Okay.
All right.
I'll add that in the minutes, yeah.
A Mylar and 2 copies, is that right? 3 copies.
3 copies.
All right.
You gave it longer than I would have.
All right. New business. Site plan approval for 22 Cottage Street.
Come on up, Stacy.
All right. Come right up to the podium.
So we can record you.
We're not liable.
Hello. So what
Hello.
am I doing? Telling you what it is?
Hey, you want to just give us an overview of what the plan is, what you're looking to do here?
Sure. I'm going to be renting it with my partner, Amy Johnquist, who could not be here today because of a death in her family. And she's an artist. I sell vintage photos. So we're joining in. We're going to have office space in the back, and the front is going to be an art gallery or showroom. What else would you like to know?
I have a couple. First off, just for those that are watching, your name and address.
Oh, sorry. Stacy Waldman, 35 Clark Street in East Hampton.
Thank you. Is this the one that is currently still has some residue of the variety store in it? Which of the allotments is it, or is it the one that was
Yeah,
on
the
TV?
variety store was cut in half, so it's the other half of it.
The other side.
Yeah,
Okay. Is that the one toward the pond or away from?
away from the pond.
Away
And so it says on here, you're going to have some daily business hours, but also for sort of the city walk events and that kind of stuff?
Yes.
What do you have in mind? Do you know at this point, or?
We're talking about being open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 11 to 6, and on weekends when we are here, but especially for art walk, and by chance or by appointment.
Okay.
I mean, we'll both be there a lot, but sometimes we'll want to work without being disturbed,
Right.
you know.
And both stores, is it going to be one space? I mean, is
It's
everything?
one space, yes.
Okay.
We're just sharing it,
Okay.
yeah.
And explain for me again what the two different businesses are doing?
I sell vintage photos for a living, so I sell on the internet and I do shows throughout the country and France. And Amy is an artist. She works in water-based paint. So there's nothing flammable or anything like that. It's all water-based. And she sells her artwork.
For an example, her piece is out front. It's the electrical box.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
her piece.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
She's the banner queen.
Yeah,
So-
Other name?
yeah, Banner Queen.
So her side will be sort of a studio gallery kind of, and
We're going to have the back 2/3 of it is going to be our office space. So we'll have like a little wall dividing the
Yep.
front from the back. Then the front will be gallery. There's like two big windows. So the one side is my side, the other side is her side. But we work well together, and she paints on a lot of old photographs. So we kind of like intertwine things.
very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have any questions before we march our way through?
And I have just a little drawing.
I'd like
Oh,
it for the
sure.
file if possible, but
That'd
you
be
can
great.
give the other one to the guys.
So for the sign, because the Variety had this big sign up there, and we were going to put a sign there, but they took it down, and this is beautiful window. So we don't want to cover it.
That is a cool sign.
Yeah.
Is it legal?
Is right now. All right. Planning department have any questions, comments? No? All right, so
Fits in with
conformance,
the cultural district. I
Yep.
think it's a good fit.
conformance with the provisions of the ordinance of the city of East Hampton, general laws of Massachusetts, applicable rules and regulations of state and federal agencies. I don't see anything with that. Protection of city amenities and abutting properties through the minimization of detrimental or offensive uses or destruction of unique or important natural, scenic, or historic features. You're not doing any work on the site, right? I mean, there's nothing really being affected there. Safety of vehicular and pedestrian movement. Do you have any, like, deliveries or anything like that you expect of any real substance?
No.
No. Methods of disposal of sewage and refuse and the drainage of surface and subsurface waters. Anything kind of like unique garbage or things you would have to dispose? Seems
No.
pretty straightforward.
No.
No wetlands or watershed issues. Adverse impacts on the city resources, including water and distribution. I don't think there's any inordinate water use that you're expecting.
Wait a minute, it's a water-based art.
I like the way you think. Loading and unloading vehicles, we just discussed deliveries. Integrating the development of the existing landscape isn't an issue. No removal of vegetation. Setback placement of parking doesn't really apply. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? All right.
I motion to approve the site plan approval for 22 Cottage Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Woo!
Opposed? Abstentions? All
May
right.
woo go in the record,
Wait
please.
to see you on the airport now.
Okay, great.
So,
Thank you all.
same agreement, hold on, so
Hold
the
on.
next steps, just so you're clear, so, I have to draft a decision based
Right.
on this, and I have 14 days to do that, but I usually try to get it done quicker.
Okay.
And then I'll email you a copy, I'll mail you a copy, and then you're good to go.
Okay.
You
No
can
appeal
occupy.
for that, right?
Okay.
Once
great.
you got your certificate of occupancy.
Okay, all right,
Right,
great.
Jess, there's no appeal period for us?
No appeal period for site plan approval, nope.
So,
So
good.
you're good to go, once I get the decision.
Okay, great.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, good luck.
Bye.
Thank you, too. All right, next on the agenda is the sign
part.
ordinance, but bad news.
Bad news is I haven't done any updates since the last meeting. I know, you're so sad, right? You're crying inside,
What a tough break.
weeping,
Yeah.
Well,
weeping.
that's good. The longer we stall, everyone wants to get their cool new sign in.
That's a nice looking sign.
Okay.
Well, one
I
of
mean,
the people
that's,
does run a sign making
yeah.
business.
Oh, I did want to have like just an administrative thing, just to, so these are fresh off the press. This is digitally on our website, but this is the small business permitting guide for the city of East Hampton. So
Cool.
this is to help small businesses navigate through the permitting process. So we're now having hard copies made available here at the municipal building, but it's also on the city's website. So anybody can access this as they're trying to determine how to weed through the process, whether they want to serve food, whether they want to try to serve liquor, any health things that they might need, building department. So it's basically building department, health department, and planning department. and all of the processes that are involved with those, that might involve a small business. So it's pretty thorough, in licensing board.
Who designed that?
So Jamie primarily did the majority of the work on the research and putting it together. So this is
Excellent.
her project.
So are those just in the planning department or the city clerk or?
We haven't determined
Chamber of
where we want to
Commerce?
put them yet because we only had 150
So, yeah.
printed because we have a very limited budget. So we're
That's-
trying, we don't know whether we should be charging for them or whether they're
Yeah.
free, but we want to make sure that they're just not taken
Right.
without real,
Yeah, they'll just.
To sit somewhere, yeah.
right.
Very
So-
cool, great idea.
So anyway,
And then I saw there's a request for a comment on this ZBA application,
I
is
don't
that,
even know what it is.
looks like a room to rent.
Yes, so she just submitted this yesterday, so she wants to rent a room in her, and she's doing it the proper way instead of doing an Airbnb.
Yeah,
Cool.
so we have historically not commented on these, but,
I'd like
Where?
to comment
okay,
that I have no comment.
okay, excellent.
So do you want to write on there, no comment, so I can give it to Jamie for
Yeah.
the file?
I'll second it, no comment.
All right, good. All right, anything else, Jessica?
That's it.
All right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right,